they're both broadcasting Norman such spelling. The last broadcast is why they called me Norman. Yep. I put a man in the remindings of a Norman, and thus I are. I've lost track of me a long time ago. I've worked at living genuine and spontaneous for quite a while. Don't know if I ever make it. I'm horrified. How can a horrified man live genuine? How? Are you horrified? Because more than likely you're in survival mode, and that is not genuine. Or you're genuine to yourself as much as you are. Or most of you are using terms so incorrectly you couldn't genuine if you tried. You don't understand authentic. You don't. The way you're staring and mimicking each other, which, you know, it's fine to do that as long as you do it authentically. You're not. You're doing it, what's the word you use? Same sex. That doesn't sound like something authentic to me. And sex is extremely authentic. And without authentic, you're not having sex. And humans that do not understand authentic, to me, you should take a pill where you can't have sex. You don't understand what it is in your mind. You're taking some other action to sex, and what the hell you're doing, God knows. Staggering. Staggering. You call it sex. The hell it is. I don't know what it is. It ain't sex. Sex is one word, appreciation. And it's not what you think appreciation is. There's lust involved in sex. Absolutely. Are you able to lust clean? Absolutely. When you lust, what are you doing? Adoring God? Lust is a pre-built script that you're showing some kind of respect for your maker. You just are disrespectful because you're afraid. You've been shamed so much by other people who don't understand it. In fact, they're past the appearance of appreciation. And too many of those people, they've let their anatomy move past the appreciation point, tell you that lust is vulgar. No, it is not. To learn to do your lust, not vulgar. Is it possible? Ha! You lust genuinely, that ain't vulgar. Humans laugh. Why do humans laugh in glee with lust when it's not vulgar? Why? There's young females know that I lust after them right now. Now, I probably couldn't handle breakfast if I had to. Doesn't matter. I still lust to a degree. Not like I would. It's lust. And I tease them about it. They're not mad at me for that. Why? Because they know I adore them, that I'm not vulgar, and so on and so forth. I don't see them vulgar. I wouldn't do vulgar acts in lust with them. I don't even really understand it. It rebukes me. And I find some other things here more vulgar than you could ever do in sex anyway. Nothing to do with the crotch has anything to do with the height of vulgarity with a human being. Humans get far more vulgar with other aspects of living than they ever could do with their crotch. You get into marketing, humans get real vulgar. Don't they? And you start holding up vulgar as some kind of a reference point for some kind of judgment and evaluation. And your maker is going to come along and show you what vulgar is all about. And it won't have anything to do with your groin in any way, shape, or form. Do you want to bet? Or that experience? None of it. You will be reminded of something else far more sensitive to your maker than the crotch when it comes to vulgar. I'll be there, mocking you with all my might. Know it, like the mascot on the deck of a ship, that the mutiny is over. Want to bet? One way or another, the old man will come up out of that bunk and the mutiny will be over. You do not know what you're playing with on this ship. This captain has methods on this ship that cause the crew to, yes, sir. Yes, the captain does. And it ain't no he. The captain comes out of that ship, that hold, that door down there, by the rudder. It ain't no he. I've been in that cabin. That's not a he in there. I'll warn you. I've crossed the path of that captain. One of the few. I'm a mascot on this ship, and I affirm to you that captain is not a he. In any way, shape, or form, let my eyes not cross. Let me match with your mind. That captain is not a he. It's something more than you and me, and absolutely that emphatically. Know it. You are that and not a pimple in it, on it, with it. Some kind of fragment in a 5-minute project somewhere in a cosmos. Don't expect more when it comes to comparing you to that captain. And you're begging it to come out of that door, you won't like it. You can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't touch it. No, you can't. How's it he? Doesn't have the anatomy of you and me. How's it he? How would you know? What's wrong with you? Haven't you used your senses and looked around at the evidence? What else do you have to use? Somebody giving you a tale? You're going to use a story to talk about living. You're going to look for evidence and describe it to yourself. Do you understand me? You said, oh, I got to that. That's better than anything you're getting. That would be far more accurate. And you will not use the word truth any longer.